A very good morning I bid to our lecturer, Ms. Lee Hui Hui. We are from Group 22, and the topic that we are going to discuss about is the labor issues in Malaysian economy. First and foremost, let me introduce our group members. I am Ng Hao, the group leader of Malaysian Economic Assignment, and my fellow members including Ko Jishan, Ho Jin Jet, Alan Kong, and Alan Lau. Without further ado, I will pass on to Jishan for the introduction of the labor issues in Malaysian economy.
So hi, I'm Ko Jishan. I will continue with the introduction to this topic. So basically, the labor in Malaysia is divided into local labor and foreign labor. The labor is closely related to the Malaysian economic development. However, there are numbers of issues regarding the labor in Malaysia. So there are over-dependence on foreign labor, lack of high-skilled labor, poor labor rights protections, unemployment and lack of working opportunity, low level of labor productivities. So next, we'll continue with the over-dependence on foreign labor. So the Malaysians started to import foreign labor since 1980s from Indonesia. Currently, there are 46% of workforce in market of Malaysia are foreign labor. So comparing to the 2019s, the number of foreign labor had rise 1.7% in 2020. Statistics shows that Malaysian market is getting more dependence on foreign labor now. So why would this happen is that we are lack of the labor force for the lower skill job. Comparing to the foreign labor, local workers are typically having a higher education level and have a better living quality, so locals refuse to work for this job. So how do the dependence on foreign labor affect the economy in Malaysia? It increase the competition between local labor and foreign labor because foreign labor require a lower wage, so employer will prefer to have them as an employee. It will lead to the outflow of Malaysian currency also. Because foreign labor will send their pay back to their home country for their family. So more cash will flow out to the other country, but not back to our market. So regarding to the international relationship, if there's something happen to the foreign workers in Malaysia, it might affect the relationship between the countries. There are a few research show that the foreign labor are having a lower productivity overall comparing to the locals. So the next we'll pass the presentation to Alan Lau.
Now I will talk about the issue of shortage in high-skilled labor in Malaysia. In recent years, the issue of shortage in high-skilled labor in our country is becoming more obvious, especially in ICT sector. It is because ICT is a rapidly evolving industry. The courses that the graduates took or the skills that they learned during their education years may no longer be applicable when they went to work. Even career professionals may struggle to keep up with the rapid technological advancement in the industry. We can suggest that Malaysia's current salaries are too low or insufficient to attract high-skilled labor from foreign countries, or even retain local high-skilled labor. Most local employers do not want to raise their salaries due to the abundance of cheaper alternatives from other poorer countries. This may exacerbate the exodus of local talent or high-skilled labor to other countries with higher paying employment. Malaysia's reliance on low-skilled workers will tarnish its image as a labor-intensive and low-cost destination for many international investors. This self-reinforcing image may further cement Malaysia's low-cost standing. As a consequence, Malaysia will be stuck in a low-wage and low-skill economy. This results in a rundown of Malaysia, and it will affect Malaysia's future economic growth. That's all from me. Now I will pass the presentation to Yi Hao.
Another problem of Malaysian economy is the low level of labor productivity. Since Malaysia's independence, we have been suffering from low levels of labor productivity for a very long time. Due to the coronavirus outbreak recently, Malaysia's labor productivity has suddenly plummeted by 5.4% in 2020 according to the latest data from the Statistics Department of Malaysia. Monokaran Moten, chief economist, has predicted that it may take at least a year for the labor productivity to return to pre-coronavirus levels. The coronavirus pandemic has prompted many companies and organizations to re-examine their current business strategies and to explore new opportunities through digitalization and innovation. Adoption of new technologies is inevitable for companies to survive in the current highly competitive business environment. It could increase efficiency in production and accelerate growth of their businesses in the longer terms. Reskilling and upskilling of the labor force, as well as reducing the talent mismatch, are part of the ways to increase the labor productivity in Malaysia. Moreover, our government should implement more fiscal incentives and financing support schemes for innovative companies that have high level of labor productivity. They also should establish new objectives and goals for the companies through an appropriate key performance indicator to keep on track of their progress in labor productivity and research and development. Right now, Alan Kong will continue and share from the following part.
The next part is poor labor right protection. The Employee Act of 1955 is the one of the most significant piece of the employee legislation in Malaysia. But the Employee Act only applies to those employees with an annual salary of less than 2,000 employees who engage in manual wasting, repair, or service. Next slide. Workers who are responsible for supervising or supervising other employees engaged in manual labor, working with an intelligent type of the job in the workplace is not considered manual labor. Temporary consulted to outsource labor resulting in increased unprotected jobs for salary workers. The government revised the Labor Act 1955 in 2011, adding a clause that recognized labor contractor. The labor contractor becomes the main employee of worker, cutting off worker from the real main employee relationship. The result is the labor outsourcing of contract labor system, making many worker jobs insecure. Many security and cleaning work of school, hospital, and other government departments are outsourced to provide contractor, allow the contractor to hire low-paid workers to provide service. Worker employees under the contract labor system cannot enjoy employment protection because they cannot guarantee the renewal of employment after the termination of their 2 to 3 years contract. That's all for my part. Next, I will pass to Jinjae to continue.
So now I will talk about unemployment and lack of working opportunity. Employment instability and lack of working opportunity has affected a portion of Malaysian labor. The working opportunity did not increase significantly, and some of the people cannot even afford the cost of daily necessaries. Second is the rising rate of unemployment. In terms of social spending, either increasing unemployment or underemployment would bring further strain on the economy. People as well as their household and families will be negatively affected. Furthermore, graduating students are often confronted with excruciatingly long waiting times for job opportunity as the number of graduates continually increase in the face of a depressing economy. Approximately 51,000 undergraduates from 21 public universities and 38 private universities graduate each year, but as high as 60% of them remain unemployed 1 year after their graduation. Next slide. However, coronavirus pandemic has amplified the unemployment rate in Malaysia to 5.3% in May 2020, the number of unemployed persons has increased more than double of the recorded unemployment in the year of 2008. Currently, many people are struggling to find jobs and income for their family due to the coronavirus pandemic. In addition, the COVID-19 has slowed down the pace of the Malaysian economy due to the economic lockdown. Consequently, many workers have lost their job in different sectors and working opportunities have declined discernibly. Now we will go to the conclusion. The first one is human capital resources are very important and essential for our country economy. Those issues that we explained just now have existed in our country for decades, and we realize that these issues are not really being solved till now. These human resource issues have been bringing enormous negative impact on our country economy. Nevertheless, harmonize various policies at the micro and macro economy level in our country. Although there are some healthy employee relation and good human resource practice in Malaysian corporate culture, the trend is still not widespread. So our government have to be the driving force and have a future provision in solving our country economy and labor issues with the right policies. Moreover, foreign labor can be replaced by new technology in the future. This will produce more job opportunities in the new normal for the fresh graduates and the unemployed locals. Last but not least, our government also has to work hard to improvise the labor law so that the business and people can adapt to the change of the rules. Hence, Malaysia overall economic development only can be improved. That's all for the conclusion.
Now, we will start our Q&A section. Firstly, how can we improve labor productivity?
So we can set a goal for employee and offer performance-based incentive if they reach those goals and avoid them from demotivated when they are doing tedious job. Setting out a goal can get people working harder and looking forward for the future projects. It also can utilize the advanced technology to monitor and track the labor productivity through analysis tools and equipment. So the next question will be, can the local labor replace the foreign labor in Malaysia?
In short, the locals are unable to replace the abundant amount of foreign labor. The locals are more willing to migrate to other countries for better development and opportunities than to stay in Malaysia. Many locals refuse to work for the lower skill jobs such as construction worker or manufacturing worker. Thus, foreign workers are necessary to fulfill the demand of labor in Malaysia. Next question is, what can be done to mitigate the issue of shortage in high-skilled labor?
The government should implement policies such as incentive and skill upgrade program for low-skilled labor. Education is necessary for everyone, and universal graduates should have certified soft skill and hard skill to solve the problem that they encounter in work. So the next question is, why labor contractor to toss job insecurity?
This is because labor contractors can declare bankruptcy at any time and escape the responsibility of safeguarding the labor's welfare, but the labor cannot claim compensation from the real main employer. If the labor are working under unscrupulous contractors, they will often encounter problems such as wage arrears and labor exploitation. Now the next question is, what are the effects of underemployment?
Underemployment will affect the job opportunity, business growth, and poverty levels of the overall society. It also will cause the labor to have poor mental health as the stress and anxiety of living creates a sense of inadequacy. In the end, this could result in civil instability, increased committed crime rate, and social issues, as well as other economic problems. That's all for our video presentation. Thank you for watching.